This has been a very interesting and unique process for us, and but it's something that we remain very, very excited about. When Tiger and Brian first called me about this, saying, hey, we've got a very awesome opportunity up in Chicago, I'm not sure I've ever seen them more excited about a golf course project. And the more we are involved here, I think the more clear it becomes as to why that is. I think Tiger set out to be involved in meaningful golf projects, and I can't remember or know of a project that has as much potential as this does to be meaningful. So that's very exciting. We're going to talk about it in a lot of detail tonight, and I'll give you a little bit here. But I always, want to think about kind of the big picture of what we're trying to do. And we just got asked a question by a reporter of like, hey, I hear you've made some concessions on the routing of the golf course. Well, I don't look about it as concessions at all. I mean, I look about it as what's happened between this plan back from the summertime to this plan tonight are not things we've conceded, it's things we've improved. Yeah. And one of the reasons, the way we look at it, this project is very unique on so many different levels, but one of the ways it's so unique for us is that this is a public asset, this is a community asset, this is y'all's place, right? And so our boss, in many ways, is you, the community. And so what's happened between here and here is that we've had this opportunity to get lots of feedback about this concept of what people liked and what people didn't like. And so we want to meet expectations. We want this to be a place that the community continues to come together in a very, very meaningful way. And so we've evolved to something that I think is substantially better, and hopefully tonight we'll find out if we're starting to meet more of the goals and objectives that the community has. Very briefly, if you kind of look at, and it may be hard to see from back there, but Jackson Park is here, South Shore is here, and so this plan from last summer had sort of 10 holes on this part of Jackson Park, west of Jeffrey, 3 holes in Jackson Park east of Jeffrey, and then 5 holes on South Shore. We had a short course for the community playing out of the existing Jackson Park Par T building. And this had a clubhouse location up here. One of the reasons that is that when we first started looking at the project, the analysis was, do we try to leverage the infrastructure of the Jackson Park clubhouse, or do we try to leverage the infrastructure of the South Shore clubhouse? And that's what, as soon as we do that, make that decision, that meant the golf course is not going to return after 9 holes. So one of the things that becomes very different over here is what's the same is we still have 10 holes here, we still have 3 holes here, we still have 5 holes here. So pretty much this part of Jackson Park and this part of South Shore are pretty much the exact same as over here. But what's happened with these 10 holes is they've been adjusted to some degree and renumbered, sometimes played in different directions, such that we create a clubhouse, a golf pavilion location, the starting and stopping point of golf down here just west of Jeffrey. And so there are multiple things that we're very excited about that. So one of the feedback we heard from the community is, wow, we'd really like to have 9-hole rounds of golf. And that makes sense. The South Shore guys have been used to only playing 9 holes, and we understand that Jackson Park, that the 9th hole is way out here, and so 9-hole rounds weren't really available or not easily available. So now we have something much closer to that. So these 10 holes start and come to here. So 10 comes back to the clubhouse, then you pass under an underpass to play 11. So we're starting to get closer to be able to do that, returning 9s as we call it. But the other really, I think, cool thing is that this building, to serve as the starting and stopping point of golf, really becomes a high-value community asset. It's a place that the community, the Jackson Park Highlands neighborhood, is so much closer and have so much better access to here. And we've made one of the other big differences between that plan and this plan, and this is all based on feedback we heard from the various focus groups and meetings, is the ability to have more pedestrian connection through the golf course. So this is what that is, a trail system bisecting Jackson Park, basically along the alignment of the existing Marquette, which on this plan, that didn't happen. So the connectivity through from neighborhoods through to get through to the clubhouse, the community pavilion, and then ultimately even over to the lake through the underpass is going to be radically improved. So the other things we've worked very diligently on, there was a lot of concern about impacts to the natural area here at South Shore. And so we've refined how this works so that that impact is substantially reduced. But in addition, we've created substantially greater areas of natural area at Jackson Park. So if you think about it, just big picture, right now there are 9 holes, I'm sorry, not Jackson Park, South Shore. Right now there are 9 holes at South Shore, and under this configuration, there are only 5. So that gives us room to create more habitat, more natural area. And so the rough numbers are, right now, around here is about 5.5 acres of natural area. This concept takes that to about 11.5. So it more than doubles the amount of native area on the project. So we're super excited about it. You know, our whole tenet is, you know, even though there's talk of tournaments, and that's great, what is going to be meaningful about this project is being able to engage with the community, engage with youth, engage with beginners, engage with a wide spectrum of players. So if you look at our scorecard, we have a scorecard that is only 3,000 yards long, a tee that is that short, and that's really set up for beginners and youth whose swing speeds are so much slower than, say, a Tiger Woods. So we've really think through swing speeds and how to have a golf experience that really, no matter what your level of play is, you're going to have a fun, enjoyable thing. I mean, golf is recreation, and recreation is supposed to be fun. And so this is, in our minds, we're only going to make this be better and better and funner and funner. So thank you for all your comments. They've been extraordinarily productive, and we appreciate all your support, and hopefully we'll meet your expectations. You'll be proud of what we're going to do here. So thank you.
Awesome.